I haven't done a tier list in like 3,000 years. And you know what? I was thinking, I don't want to do just any old tier list. I've been thinking a lot lately about different communities I've had the pleasure or displeasure of being a part of and interacting with. I was like, you know what? Rather than just talking about them individually or, you know, one at a time during streams, let's just rank them. Let's just fucking put them on a tier list. This is not an all-inclusive tier list of every single community I've been a part of, but let's take a look at the list, shall we? Let's get this fucking party started. We're back. We're so back. And we're in presentation mode. Everything's sleek, slick. Life is good. I can even do this for you if you want. So it's full screen. All right. So what are the tiers? All right. We got goated community. Now these are subject to change as we go along, but goated community. This is reserved for the cream of the crop, the top of the line, top shelf, nuts to butts, best possible group you could ask for, right? Every individual I interact with makes me happy. The memes they put out make me do more than just exhale out of my nose. They actually make me fucking laugh. No, you, Nept. Welcome. Hopefully your day's been going well. Just like Nept said, the fucking cocksuckers are also on here as well, but they're down lower. So we'll get there later. So that's the go-to community. This one, I didn't really know where to put this. I didn't want to put it in the middle or anything. This is kind of like its own thing, but this is, oh my God, you actually enjoy this? Now we have 3 fans. So this is just for the people that are just like, bruh, I'm just happy that people are a part of this. Like nobody knows about this shit. You will be hard pressed to find media on this shit on YouTube, on Twitter, anywhere else, unless you're like plugged the fuck in. So you have to like really tune your algorithm for this kind of content. That's why they're here. Usually positive. Obviously there could be some stinkers, but it is what it is. Lucky's community is the best. Yeah, they're something. Nah, yeah, they go up here. Maybe. I should have put my community in there. That would have been really fucking funny. But I'm not doing that because I'm not toxic. Or am I? Mostly helpful / sweethearts. This goes to the, you know what? This community overall are well-behaved individuals, and hey, they deserve a little bit of love. You know, they deserve to get the things they want in their game. There's some jerkos, but the loud minority aren't exactly that loud, and they get drowned out by the rest. A solid mix of good vibes and stinkers. This is exactly how it goes, right? This is when you think of a community and you're like, it's a 50-50. This person's either the biggest piece of shit I'm gonna know or they're the nicest person I know. And there's really no in between. That's what this is gonna be for. A few diamonds in the rough is like, bro, people are kind of like, they're overall just kind of whatever about this game. They're just happy to be playing it. But nobody's really vocal about the good stuff. It's just like people are just kind of like here, right? And then the rest of them are happy. And then there's some angry people. So do y'all actually like this game, or this is for you motherfuckers that are constantly bitching about the motherfucking game? All you do is bitch. All you do is bitch. All you do is bitch. You can't, like, you literally can't stop yourselves from typing something on Twitter and like hitting send, and it's just a fucking 18 paragraph twit longer thread. Like, it's miserable. You guys are always angry. You're always in a bad mood. That's what that is. Cesspool of ignorance, fools, and malice. This is, y'all are honestly, guys, kind of pieces of shit. Every time I've interacted with you, you're just negative. You treat me like shit. You treat other players like shit. And you're not even just negative about your game. You're negative about the entire community. This is like, you are actively hostile to new players and each other and yourselves. You need a restraining order and or protective detail. This is for the communities that have like raging fucking, you know, abusers, battery people, acts of rage, pedophiles, the like. Fuck everybody in this group, particularly. Also, hi Cam, thanks for swinging by. Gameplay. You thought the tier list would be about how the community treats each other and how they treat the franchise? Digimon's gonna be lower than you thought in that case? No. So this tier list is specifically my experience with the community. This isn't okay. This isn't a wide brush how they are for sure across the board all the time. This is how I've been treated in my interactions with y'all and what I've seen from your communities. So If, for example, I do a stream on something and I upload a video about it, all the YouTube comments I get, they get flagged by YouTube and don't get posted because they're hate speech or telling me to kill myself and those kinds of things. I'm gonna take that into account. If I search up something on the internet, you know, about for art for your thing and all I see is porn, I'm gonna take that into account, like those kinds of things. So this is specifically strictly just on my experience. Exactly.
Kill yourself.
Exactly. This is strictly my experience. I'm not taking anybody else's experience into this. This is only mine. That is my only disclaimer. Let's get into the first one. So we're just gonna start at the top left for now. I'll jump around a little bit, but I would like to start with Street Fighter 6. My experience with Street Fighter 6 has been an awfully wild mixed bag. My way of consuming content is I very, very infrequently will continuously consume content that stresses me out. So a lot of the content creators that I've been interacting with and communities I've been interacting with the Street Fighter 6 sphere has been largely positive. So when I watch a YouTube video and then I look at the comments, it's usually something positive. I go to like Broski's channel, I go to Sajam's channel, I go to Diaphone's channel, these kinds of people, Guile Win Quote, you know, that kind of thing. Usually it's a positive experience. However, when I do see some stuff on Twitter, I see a lot of people complaining about the game. And honestly, they're usually just mad about characters or they're mad at like a specific personality having too much fun. See Punk. I think Punk is just doing what Punk does, but whatever. As a whole, I think Street Fighter gets to start off in a very, very nice place as a solid mix of good vibes and stinkers. I don't think that the negativity far outweighs the positivity in this scene. I think people will doom on this game a little bit to play the game, but I also think people are extremely positive about this game. And it's clearly like out of a lot of the fighting games I played, it's clearly going to be higher on the tier list just because of my experience with the Street Fighter 6 community. As much as the game itself and its mechanics kind of pisses me off fundamentally because I am an anime fighting game player, I still think the community for this game is better than quite a few. So we'll keep that in mind as we head forward. I really appreciate what a lot of the figures in the Street Fighter 6 community have done in the direction they've kind of gone. Are there some bad actors? Of course. Are there going to be people that complain? Of course. Is there tournament drama? Sure, on Capcom's side. But for the most part, I think everybody's pretty chill and they deserve to have their 6th skin. Next on the list, we're going to do we're going to do Black Ops. I can't. Every experience I've had with Call of Duty, I don't know, I said Black Ops. Every experience I've had with Call of Duty and the players of Call of Duty games has been negative. I haven't had one good experience with Call of Duty. Actually, that's a lie. My roommate played the PvE zombies thing, the Warzone version for a while. He was telling me some fun stories about that. But outside of him, every single fucking piece of content I see from this game is like just fucking grifters being grifters or taking advantage of low elo lobbies, or it's just like, and then like everybody's so miserable, they're slinging around slurs, they're fucking complaining about every single build in the game, people are getting angry, smashing TVs, they're fucking yelling at their wives, like it's not a good time. I don't think, even since I was like, you know, in the past, I don't think I've had a single positive impression on a faceless player in party chat or in game chat in one of these games fucking ever. Every time they talk to me, they talk about fucking my mom, killing my dog, like just really rancid shit that I probably shouldn't say on Twitch because I could, in the fear of getting slapped by these VTuber haters over here. But yeah, fuck this game, fuck its player base. I want nothing to do with any of you. And EA can suck a fat dick, so can Treyarch. That's my stance on that. You guys have bred nothing but a negative fucking community. On the flip side, since we did something really negative, go ahead, Deadpool. It's okay, Ryan. Get out your system. I like the little head wobble. I know Ryan didn't do the dance, but whatever. The Devil May Cry community has been, by and large, really chill. I think one of my favorite running gags with the Devil May Cry community is you could just say motivation or whatever, and you just get hit with like a laundry list of Virgils going, I'm feeling motivated, motivation, like, bro, or just power. Like if Virgil with plastic chair was here, they would tell you. It's really, really good. It's so fucking chill. And one of the cool things too is when I was doing the DMC5 stream is people would come in and they were like, they didn't just backseat, they were like, hey, if you need help, I'll help you. Or are you looking for tips, or do you just want to figure it out? And I was like, no, I'll figure it out. If I want help, I'll let you know. And they were super chill about it. And Walker resembles that for real. I agree. Yeah, no, this shit is like, as a community, how they interacted in Twitch chat, how they interacted with my videos, the memes that I've seen, they definitely try to keep their community and game alive, and they're super, super chill about their game. I don't think there was a single time where I felt overwhelmed by people talking about the game, or I didn't like feel negatively about my performance, because I did not play that game well. I did not play that game well at all, but at no point were people making it like annoying. You know what I mean? Like I didn't reach Twitch chat and go, man, fuck this game and fuck your community at any point. And then I would like go look at stuff on Twitter or art, and I was like, that's some pretty cool fucking fan art. And all of the art of Virgil sitting in a plastic chair is so fucking good. Anytime there's a reference to that in anything, I'm like, yeah, I gotta like and share that. It makes me just very, very happy. So I have fond memories of this game and its players. And one day I would like to go back and revisit the Devil May Cry games solely because of that. The game was fine. I think overall, now that some time has passed, the game was fine. Why isn't it higher then? Because it's not goated. There's some stuff where it's like, it's kind of bland. It's not that active. Fortnite scares you? Oh, don't you worry. Let's let's skip over to Muse Dash really quick. Yo, every time I'm like, bro, I don't know what to do. Let's just play some Muse Dash. It's like an update will be happening or something won't work, and I'm like, bro, let's just play some Muse Dash. I mean, that's gonna be strinova now, right? But anyways, every time I played Muse Dash, somebody will pop in and be like, Muse Dash, ain't no way. Or like I posted on TikTok and they're like, oh my god, a Muse Dash video? What the fuck? They're like, have you tried? Like, it's so fucking good. They're always shocked every fucking time that somebody's playing Muse Dash, and I'm like, you know what? All right. This game's got some fans, but apparently not enough. They're like, I can never talk about this game. And then what's really fucking funny is there's one person who's like, I can't even talk about this game in public because the last time I showed a friend this game, they called it a gooner game. It was like, oh no. Some of the wallpapers are a little sus, but I was like, sorry, bro, that sucks. But yeah, no, this shit has been super positive, and I feel like every time I touch the game or talk about the game, people are just really, really happy that more people are talking about it, and that's super fun. Reminds you of Monster Rancher. You mean the game that doesn't actually exist? The series that doesn't exist because they don't do anything with it, and when they do, it's like a Switch report remaster. Yeah, on Fort. Unlucky. Let's talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Kill yourselves, every single one of you. This is paper Yu-Gi-Oh! I've been to tournaments when I was years ago, and I've been to tournaments as an adult. I played with people as an adult, and honestly, I don't trust a single one of you motherfuckers. I don't trust a single one of you motherfuckers. When I was smaller and I went to a tournament and I was running a specific deck that was, it was pretty fucking annoying to deal with. And I didn't know that net decking was a thing at the time, but my deck list was pretty close to like a pretty off meta pick that was strong. And I beat this dude. He had to be at least in his mid 20s. And he tried like fighting me. And I keep in mind, I was smaller at this point. And, you know, parents had to step in and stuff. And then there was some other dude that was talking to me about the appeal of a certain character card when, again, I was a child. And then there was Gunnar Dan nutting on my Dark Magician Girl card. And there was people stealing my decks at school. So just like, I feel like overall, my experience with the paper Yu-Gi-Oh community has been pretty shit. I've also watched some content on it, and it seems like there's a lot of drama in the Yu-Gi-Oh community for fucking no reason. I guess that's all communities, but yeah, no, I don't have a singular positive outlook on this fucking shit at all. I'm trying to think. I went to go play in a tournament a few years back, and I walked in with my deck. I took a step into the room, And not only was the smell rancid and people were getting kicked out because of it, which was good that the TOs were removing people, but when I sat down, the dude across from me was like, actually, you can't sit there. And I was like, bro, what the fuck? We're supposed to go against each other kind of thing. My bad. I'm like, where do you want to go? He's like, you literally have to sit over. I was like, bro. So yeah, I just did not have a good time. That shit was miserable from start to finish. And I have multiple negative experiences with the Yu-Gi-Oh community. Are there good people in the community? Sure. Obviously, there's always going to be outliers, but nah, that shit's not for me. That shit's not for me. I don't want to focus on that too much. Let's move on to the next bit. I want to talk about Halo Infinite for a second. This might surprise you because I don't play this game at all. I did not play Halo Infinite for long, nor did I interact with a Halo Infinite community, or I guess I could say Halo community, much. But every single stream, every single video, every single post, every single experience I had with these people was positive. I didn't have a singular person coming on to me because of my lack of knowledge of the game giving me shit. I didn't have a single person being anything other than supportive about learning the game, trying the game, hanging out with the game, doing different things. They were super, super, super nice. And not only that, but some of their like self-aware memes and shit were like really fucking good. And overall, I don't have a single bad thing to say about the community. If I were deeper into the community and put hundreds of hours into this game, I'm sure that would change, right? Like, come on, possibly. It's a shooting game, right? It's sci-fi, it's got different things going on, but all I know is that if everybody is as nice as Cortana is fine, we're chilling. That's all I'm saying. So, good experience with Halo Infinite. Y'all keep trucking and doing whatever it is you're doing. All right, speaking of shooting games, I'm gonna go ahead and go off of shooting games. I'm gonna go to Atlas because we just started playing this. So far, the Atlas fans are mostly helpful and sweethearts. I haven't seen too much craziness from the Gooner posts. I think the streams have been super enjoyable. Everybody's been like, oh, this game looks sick. I love the graphics. I love the vibe. I love the aesthetic. What's it about? Like, just in general, very pleasurable. Probably shouldn't say that when we're talking about Atlas. Yeah, very pleasant experience, and I hope it continues that way. I hope as it grows and more people play it, I'm breaking up for some reason. It continues to be a lovely experience. I haven't really seen any memes on it, and the only posts I've seen on social media are either from mutuals or people that I follow, and the people that I follow in mutuals are genuinely pleasant people. So, like, I'm not expecting there to be anything negative there. If there was, I probably wouldn't fucking follow them. So, yeah, no, overall, great community. There's just the issue of the Steam store page with the unmentionable screenshots that I don't want to talk about, which is why it goes from goated community down to mostly sweethearts and helpful. Because there's definitely some, there's some questionable people in this community. I'm not touching that with a 20-foot pole. I am aware of it. I'm not touching it. Next up, let's talk about Wolf Team. Does anybody in chat that's here or in the comments know Wolf Team? Does a single one of you know this fucking game? Who? We're off to a bad start. Anybody? Wolf. As in, ow. Anybody know? Any local Wolf experts? Wolf Team? No, we got 2 no's. Oh man. So, Wolf Team. Wolf Team was a first person. You don't know it all. Sorry. Not Neft either. What the fuck? All right. You guys remember Aria games? Hold on. We gotta pull up a little history lesson here. You guys remember this shit? So it used to be Area Games Entertainment, I believe. They were responsible for a bunch of different fucking, what's it called? Like MMOs, RPGs, that kind of thing. And they had a launcher back in the day. And this launcher used to also come, it also used to come with Nexon games. I don't know if you guys remember like Nexon stuff. But one of the Nexons or area games was Wolf Team. And Wolf Team was Wolf Team was a game where it was a first-person shooter. And it is the red and blue wolf. Yeah, it was a first-person shooter where you play for the red or blue team, and you get like rifles and shit. But at any point, you could transform into a werewolf, and you'd lose the power to use guns and grenades. But you could run faster. You could melee really hard. You could run up. You could like jump. And I think there was like a wall climb mechanic. It wasn't a wall run. It was a wall climb. There was like a bunch of other benefits to going to the wolf, but ultimately, I was playing this back on like a fucking roller mouse, by the way. I wasn't even like, this was a different time and age. Okay. And, yeah, it was my first time playing a quote unquote competitive game, online. I think I might be lying about that. I'll have to think about that, but oh my God, this game was like, nobody talked at ever, and then it was literally a coin flip on if they were going to say some rancid shit to you or if they were going to be normal. It was truly an experience. I remember some 80-year-old chain smoking sack of shit said to me, "I'm gonna find your house, I'm gonna fuck your mom, bitch." And I was like, whoa. And I remember I was scared because I was like, because he said something about like the state I lived in, so I immediately like hit control, delete, and close the fucking game. I was gone so fast. I was gonzo. Shit scared the fuck out of me. But other than that, like, yeah, that's like restraining order and protective detail. Other than that, that was a one-time thing. Everything else was like a pretty normal experience. But yeah, no, the game died and came back like 3 or 4 fucking times. I don't fucking know. It literally kept coming back with like slightly different name and graphics. Is really funny. But yeah. Wolf Team. Let's there's a lot of shooters on here. I'm just realizing this. My experience with Phasmophobia has been y'all are mostly sweethearts and or helpful. I don't think I've had a single stream where I've been like, this shit was negative or toxic. I haven't had a single person in chat be fucking annoying. I haven't had people in the comments be fucking annoying. Anytime I've looked up stuff for like research for like a possible video or stuff, again, nothing. Like, there's really no issues. The biggest issue with this game that I found is that it's basically a lot of content creators just doing fucking collabs, and then there's not like any like good memes or anything. So that's my only real gripe with this thing. I don't know. I feel like personally, the game's kind of boring. So the community stuff that comes out of it is kind of boring. Like, I get scared, but like the game's boring. I don't know what to say. So I like playing it with friends because I enjoy playing with my friends, but that's about it. So that's why it goes here though. It could be probably higher. After that, I can't keep putting these off. I want to, but I can't keep putting these off. All right, let's do it. Let's talk about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. So this is the one that I've been thinking about probably the most. Actually, this is the game that inspired this list. Super Smash Brothers and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate and its community single-handedly ruined my enjoyment of video games enough that I went out and started looking for other types of games to play and distanced myself from people that I knew and played games with. And it was partially the game, but a lot of it was the community. A lot of you Smash players are fucking insufferable. Actual bad human beings. And I'm not talking you casual players. I'm talking you hardcore players that are constantly making posts on the internet, that are pedophiles, that are out there fucking stealing controllers. I've had 2 controllers stolen from me. One of them had my name on it and I had wrapped around my fucking belt. That's on me. I get overwhelmed at tournament venues, so it is what it is. I want to put this in cesspool of ignorance, fools, and malice, but I think it needs to go in restraining order and protective detail. I think this could go in either realistically. I could say it from the bottom of my heart. I fucking hate the Smash competitive community. I think that they are miserable. I think that they are rude. I think that they are... And again, this isn't everybody, but I think by and large, like, they need a fucking reality check. They just need to learn how to talk to people and not be so disrespectful and rude and thieving and conniving and shitty. The amount of times on Smash.gg that people just went off on me for beating them in a match was insane. You met some nice players in college, but you got lucky. I've met a few nice people through Smash, and honestly, if it wasn't for Smash, I probably never would have gotten into the fighting games I play now. But they're like so heavily outweighed by the rest of the community that I like. Honestly, if you're a woman, I can't advise you to come near this community with a 100-foot pole, or if you're underaged, either or. Like, you're better off just staying the fuck away. You need to share a story about an ex-friend that was competitive Smash player sometime. Good gosh. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. No, I mean, again, there's gonna be good people. I'm not saying y'all that play this game competitively are bad people, but your community is not a good look at all. And my interaction with the majority of them has been overwhelmingly negative. I don't think there's ever been a time I've went to a tournament and felt more unsafe than when I went to a non-local-ish Smash tournament. There's ones that are like local-ish to me that are about an hour away that are good because the TOs that run them are good and the community that is there in that area was good. I don't know if it's good still. But I would never fuck with the Smash community again. If they ever came out with another Smash game, I'd play it solo, I'd play it with friends casually, and that would be it. That'd be it. That'd be my stopping point. But enough of that. Let's move on. Oh man, I don't want this to like devolve into the fucking hate fest, but we might be in trouble. Let's do Mario. Let's do the Mario ones. I need to make a new tier list for this. I need to make a new column. I apologize. Y'all are fine, but somehow annoy me. I don't know what it is about the motherfucker. What it is about the Mario tier, the Mario players, the Mario community, but they just get under my skin, man. Like the super hardcore players that's not fair. I think the game annoys me. Hold on. Let's get rid of that. What the fuck was Street Fighter? Uh-oh. 2 diamonds in the rough. Uh-oh. I got lost in the sauce. It's over for me. Hardcore Mario players? I've met some. I know that that's a strange sentence, but they exist, all right. A solid mix of good vibes. Solid mix of good. This is probably more appropriate. And stinkers. There we go. I think that some of the memes are really, really fucking funny out of the Mario community. But I feel like every time I watch like a review on Mario games or I listen to people talk about Mario as a platformer, I just kind of get I get yucked out. Like, this shit feels strange. And some of them, I don't know how to explain it. Some of them, they just be making posts about the weirdest shit. And I'm just like, bruh, that's ass. You're guessing this includes hardcore Mario Kart players, Mario speedrunners kind of thing? It's weird because, like, how do I explain this? I appreciate the Mario speedrunning community quite a bit, or speedrunning in general, but some of the content creators, the way that they like treat people, and some of the posts I've seen from them just rub me the wrong way. I don't know if that makes sense. From the specifically like from speedrunners and stuff, yes. But yeah, I would say it's a solid mix of good vibes and stinkers. I think they just annoy me because there's this, I don't know, like air of superiority, and I don't deal well with people who in general think they're better than others or put down other people for enjoying something that's similar to and or not the same as something they enjoy with. And because I see that from the Mario community more so than other communities, I think that just rubs me the wrong way. But yeah, no, it's a solid mix of good vibes and stinkers in my experience. All right, what's next? Omega Strikers. Woo! So if you guys don't know Omega Strikers is a top-down 3v3 game. You play with other players and you choose different hero characters, very fun aesthetically. And then there's a puck and you use your abilities and an attack button to hit the puck into the enemy's goal. Each of the stages are different, etc., etc. So this one could technically have two placements. It could have a placement on launch and it could have a placement now. The placement on launch would really need to be probably a few diamonds in a rough. Free-to-play game no one plays. Yep. It would be a few diamonds in the rough on launch. It was, I don't know, it was hard. People didn't really communicate much, and I feel like people were always trying to upplay their skill and put you down when they did communicate. And then there was some just like really nice people who would help you with the game or just enjoy the game. But now it's here. Oh my God, you actually enjoy this? We have 3 fans. I mean, they pretty much cut support to this game to focus on other projects like Bite Breakers, which is fine. I think the game is a super fun game, but I will say this. If you have a goalie playing goalie and you're a striker and you're a forward and you find yourself playing this game, play your fucking position. Stop trying to play goalie if you're a forward. Stop trying to play forward if you're a goalie. Because the amount of times a forward will fuck up a goalie's movement to block the puck was insane. That's a whole different story for another time. But yeah, now this goes up there in the, you know about this game and enjoy it. That's crazy. Good times. I had fun with it. Community was pretty hit or miss though, he thinks. Thanks for the lurk, Nin. Have a good stream. Enjoy Subnautical. All right. Let's do it. Let's bite the head off the fucking snake, I guess. Yeah, I think Valorant has to go down with Call of Duty. Valorant was, it was not a good time. It's just not a good time. I think every single lobby I was in, and the people I played with, were either overly try-hard content creators that were clearly faking their voice and their mannerisms and stuff, or e-daters, or fucking people who thought they were so much better at the game than they were, people who refused to play the objective, people that wanted to forfeit after 1 round loss, people that would flame you for missing a shot but then miss every single one of their shots and be on the bottom of the scoreboard, people that would backseat. Like I think there was like 5 people that I can remember off the top of my head that I actively enjoyed playing with. And like even people that I think I enjoy being around, I wouldn't want to play Valorant with them. Honestly, there's people that play, like sometimes there's people that'll play a game like Valorant and it just brings out the worst of them. And then when I played Valorant, it made me a worse person. Genuinely made me a worse person. There's a lot of times, and you guys know this, I get these really bad headaches and sometimes I'll just like not be able to do anything, or I'll just get really irritated really fast. Every time I played Valorant, pretty much every single time I played for stream, I got one of those headaches and I was fucking like just miserable on top of it. And then somebody would say something and I just would like rip at him back. And the amount of times I'd be playing with Moss and somebody would make a comment about Moss because she was a female, and I just felt the need to like, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, obviously she could stand up for herself, but Jesus Christ, what is wrong with some of these people? Miserable environment, miserable atmosphere. I only go back to play with friends. Only go back to play with friends. That is the only reason I'll do it. It's not a good game. Well, not a good community. We don't even need to talk about the game. It's fine. We'll leave that out of this. Whew. Well, let's cleanse the toxic fumes from our system. Let's cleanse it from our system. Let's go ahead and talk about Weiss Schwarz. Now, the amount of times I've talked about Weiss on this channel and how much I love this fucking game and how much homebrewing I've done and all these things, you would think I'd put this in goated community. But I can't. I can't for multiple reasons. The first reason is that it shares some similar issues to Yu-Gi-Oh. Not as much, but there's a lot of nice players, a lot of super helpful players. If it was more popular, it would probably be right here. A solid mix of good vibes and stinkers, right? But because nobody knows what the fuck Weiss is, I have to put it up here. I don't get a choice. What do you mean? What do you mean you don't know what this game is? It's so good. Fucking flip the trigger check 3 times. Like, cancel. Like, why don't you know? I'm gonna climax. Why don't you know about that? Why don't you know about that? Why don't you know about the meme about just shuffling better? It's because the game isn't big enough. I wish it was, but it's not. Love me some Weiss. Wish more people would play Weiss. But they don't. And I can't justify trying to stream it because who the fuck am I gonna play with? Like, maybe after I do the fighting game thing where I teach people how to play fighting games, I go do it with fucking Weiss. I don't know. I got nothing. Weiss, please. Weiss is actually the reason I have beef with Bushiroad, much like Digimon's the reason I have beef with Bandai. Speaking of Digimon, let's talk about Digimon the anime and the games, specifically anime and games. I have to put it in goated community. I have not had a singular negative experience with the Digimon community. Not fucking one. Not once. I know there's people in my community that get into arguments, that have arguments or have gotten into arguments with Digimon fans. I have not. I've had people come into my Digimon videos and be like, oh my God, a Marsmon deck? Holy shit. Or somebody will be like, oh my God, yeah, I wish Bandai would give us a fucking game. And they'll give like their input about it too. And then I'll look at posts online and the memes are sick. The art is cool. They're making their own fake Digimon. Like, it's just sick. Not only is Digimon a goated franchise, but it's a goated community. And it's kind of damn near the pinnacle for me. I don't know if that's nostalgia fueling that still. It probably is, but I don't know. I've been very, very fortunate with the Digimon community. Let's just put it to you that way. I've been shielded from the negativity and I've been embraced and I've just been getting loved for it. As far as the Bandai criticizers coming to our defenders defending them, I'm not big enough to have to deal with that yet, so it's all good. I'm sure they've been disliking my videos just fine though. So yeah, Digimon community, double, triple, quadruple S from me. Love them. You like how I can criticize Bandai without some crazy defenders coming out shaming me for criticizing decisions? That's what I meant though. Like, I'm not big enough for that to happen. I'm only being found by the true believers so far. Once I'm bigger, we'll have to deal with that more. Since we're talking about Digimon, let's do the flip side that people like to, compare it to. Let's talk about the Pokemon games. My heart wants to put this lower, but it's been a solid mix of good vibes and stinkers. I don't think, I feel like every time I start seeing negativity around Pokemon, it's usually when a new game comes out or is announced or there's leaks or new anime or anything like that. But I've been very fortunate that I, again, try to steer away from that stuff. And most of what I see from Pokemon is like fan art, Pokemon Showdown clips, Pokemon like silly glitches and stuff, like all those kinds of things. And it's kind of a good time for the most part. The negative stuff I do see is, like I said, it's on a pretty limited scale, but when it hits hard. And it's like a clusterfuck for a while. And then it goes away. Then it comes back. And it goes away, and then it comes back. So that's why it's in a mix. If it weren't like that and it was just more of the day-to-day stuff, it'd probably be up higher. Pokemon leak from League has been devastating. I don't want to know. Let's talk about Warriors. Let's talk about the Musu games. Yeah, this is another one of those. You actually enjoy this shit. I feel like every time I talk about these Warrior style games, people are like, meh, or they don't even know what it is. Like, how the fuck do you not know what this shit is, bro? They're fun. I had a friend literally tell me that Warriors games are just grass cutting simulators, and that stuck with me ever since. Because it was like, it hit me in my heart, but then I was just like, damn, you're right. I'm both like, damn, you're right. I can love Warrior games. Yeah, and the fans of these games are just happy that other people are fans of the games, but there's not many of them. It's just like, there's more creeps and bad guys on one map of a Warriors game than there is fans of the fucking games. Like, that's where it is. The fan art content, the memes, they just don't exist. They're so far and few between. There's nobody relishing and yapping about this game. And I feel like these games, and every time I feel like I do it, people are like crickets, or I get like a, yeah, like a singular, let's go randomly, which is, you know, we take those, I guess. Let's go. Melty Blood. These motherfuckers are so sweet, man. These Melty Blood players are just happy to fucking be here. They're like, hell yeah, I'm a maid. I'm putting down a cactus on the internet. Teehee. NekoArk is doing the little dancey dance. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I'm sorry. They're goated. Again, not a single negative interaction with this community. Every single time I talk about this game, it's met with love. People are like, oh yeah, Melty, man, I hope you play more. It's really fun. You should try the blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, you're right. Or they'll be like, hey, check out this meme. And I look at the meme and I'm like, these people are funny as fuck. Or they'll post a video. Shit gets me every time. There's people doing it with Uni videos too. It's like deep fried fucking mics with random sound effects over combos. And it's so fucking funny. It's just like, people post a Melty combo and they're just like, 3k damage, 6k damage, no meter, life's good. I was like, what the fuck? And it still doesn't kill. And you're like, all right, well, my bad, bro. The only time I could think that I was like, maybe they were getting a little rancid is during the Shield RPS drama for Melty Blood type Lumina. But other than that, super, super good times. And again, I gotta bring it back to NekoArk, because some of you motherfuckers with the NekoArk stuff is so fucking funny. So funny. Also, the fan art of Arcrid, lovely. Keep it coming. Vampire Queen in the ropes, for real, for real. Okay, let's talk about Fortnite. So, as you guys probably know, I don't like battle royale games. I also don't like the type of person that's usually going to be playing this game, aka adolescents. They just get under my skin because they have no filter. They have no concept of acting normal. However, my experience with Fortnite has been largely nin fueled and what they do. And honestly, it's been fine. It's been fine. It's been totally fine. Every time I play with Ninin, I have a good time. Every time I play with Ninin or somebody in their chat, I have a good time. I ask a question about the game, I get answers. They show me a funny dancey dance with some music, I get DMCA'd. Like, life is good. Like, it's not a bad time. I don't have a lot to say about this game because my interaction with Fortnite's been super limited. I haven't never felt BM'd in the game. I've never looked at chat and been like, damn, this shit's so ass. Why are we here? Like, it's fine. Give me 1 second, chat. All right, I don't know if it's gonna get that loud again. I apologize. What was I saying? Anyways, moving on from Fortnite. And then let's do Titanfall 2. Y'all remember Titanfall? You remember Titanfall, the video game? This game has been... This game I'd put in goated community if people actually remembered and played the fucking game. I feel like every time I play this game, it's the same thing as everything in here. They're like, holy shit, I haven't seen you on this server. Good round. Da 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 da. And that's literally like in-game chat. They're like, oh, you play this often? You just returning, etc., etc. And I'm like, man, I'm just here for a little bit to see if I can figure out the bullet patterns, or not bullet patterns, the drop off on these guns. They're like, I see it. And I'm like, oh, still can't fucking get it. All right, well, life is life. I'll jump in a mech and I'm like, hell yeah. And they're like, nice mech, brother. I'm like, yeah, you too. And then we get blown up and, you know, we move on. But yeah, it's a good time. I mean, I think they're just grateful that people are still playing their fucking game. And that's really it. All right, let's do it. Let's talk about CS2. Why do you people fucking play this video game? Honestly, every fucking time I boot into CS, my ears are getting destroyed by people screaming about getting killed, or somebody's breaking something, or people are putting in chat that you're a filthy, you know what, or that you're cheating or whatever. And it's just like, they are constantly miserable. People play sick. They are just not here to have a good time. And the way I look at it is, before CS2, I don't know, man, the op felt nice. What do you want from me? And everybody else is just so angry all the time. They're like, I jiggle peeked that, and they're dead, and they're just really upset. And it's like, bro, you respawn. Play again. But they're just constantly fucking raging. And I don't think they actually enjoy the game. I feel like defusal game modes change people. They do. They do. I agree with this. Because you have to sit there for so long and watch people fuck about. And you're just like, bro, I want to kill somebody. Or you'll push and create space for your team, and your team's just like, this is awesome. And they're doing nothing with it. Actually, I want to go back to Valorant for a second because I want to talk about this. There was a massive amount of times on Duelist where I would push into a site, create a fuck ton of space, have a bunch of guns on me, take down one or two, and people would do nothing with that. And they're like, Neon keeps dying, Jet keeps dying. Meanwhile, I'm at like middle or top of the leaderboard, and I'm constantly like, and then I play back and they're like, Neon's lurking, Jet's lurking. And they're like telling the enemy team where I am. And I'm like, make up your fucking mind, bro. Do you want me to do a duelist job or not? Like, you should just be getting frags. That's all you should be doing. And I'm like, a duelist is meant to attract the gunfire and take space. That is their job. If you're a control player, you should be putting up smoke to make my life easier. If you're a recon player, you should be getting me information to make my life easier. But you're fucking not. So at least come in with me and help me take gunfights. Mirror off of me. So if one of us dies, the other wins the gunfight. Nope, we don't do that. So I don't know. This is why I don't like giving my opinion on shooting games much and pointing out why we're losing, especially when I'm playing with friends, because I have to fucking hear about it too much. The basic concept of 2 players versus 1 player and winning easier should be very, very simple, but people refuse to fucking understand that. And I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to be like, where were people? I don't know. But then you get a game like fucking Strinova where you keep respawning in layers. I'm gonna stop holding point. I'm just gonna wait for motherfuckers to respawn at this point because I ain't gonna die for free anymore. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, completely different story. I don't think CS players like their fucking game. That's all I was trying to get out of that. Oof. See, just thinking about Valorant, gives me like PTSD. And I just start getting stressed out. I'm like, bro, this fucking game, man. All right. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why I stuck with that game so long. Old school RuneScape. Man, oh man. This was originally going to go in goated community, and then it was originally going to go down in I need a restraining order and protective detail. And I said, you know what? A solid mix. A solid mix. There is people that will give you money, teach you things, help you get gear, help you do quests, all sorts of shit, right? They'll hang out with you for hours while you're fucking farming your stupid fucking woodcutting levels. Okay. And then there's people like me who will kill you in PvE. There's people who will go out of their way to pretend that they're a woman and prey on people. There's people that will do the pedophile thing. Like it's a mix of everything. Okay. There's some winners and there's some losers, and it just depends. If you know, it depends on what you do. I don't think a lot of the memes are very good. I think a lot of them are pretty miss. They're more miss than hit. I think the content around OSRS is pretty shit. honestly. I think I saw 1 or 2 videos where I was like, yeah, that's pretty good. That was a pretty good video. Wizard 101, never played it, never interacted. But other than that, I don't know. Like I said, just a mix of good vibes and stinkers. I think Lumbee deserves all the love, and I think some of the people that are in Lumbee maybe need to go to prison. That's all. That's all I'm saying. All right, let's talk Shadowverse. I think this community, it's mostly helpful in sweet parts. Yeah, this is both for paper and digital. This is one of the few physical like paper events I went to where it was a weeb card game, or a card game in general, I guess. And the community was like clean. There weren't a bunch of fucking weirdos, and life was just good. Like people were normal. They were enjoying their card game. They were doing trades, you know, that kind of thing, giving away bulk. I gave away bulk, you know, just good time, mostly helpful, teach you mechanics. You know, they'll be like, oh, nice deck you got there, etc., etc. There's some bitching about meta, you know, a little bit too much. So then that's digital and, you know, and paper, but that's to be expected. I don't know. I think Shadowverse gets a large pass. Wow. Let's talk Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 14 specifically. Oh me, oh my. I made a whole video talking about my love for this game, and a large portion of that video was specifically dedicated to the community. I don't think there is a singular time in anything where I wanted to be a part of it or play it or do like interact with it specifically because of its community outside of Final Fantasy 14. This was the first time ever where I really said, damn, this shit's the best, specifically because of its community. I can't think of a single negative experience, whether that be on stream, whether that be in social media, comments, or actually in-game talking to people and interacting with people. Have I seen that possibly maybe during raids I'd have to deal with some negativity in the future? Sure. But overall, every single thing about Final Fantasy 14 was peak. The memes were good. The people were the best. Super sweet. I made friends playing this game. Honestly, I have some really like very highly cherished memories from this game. And I want to go back so bad, but I also know that if I do, I was developing a problem. Let's say that. I was developing a problem, and also just like affording the subscription became a problem. So we had to take a step back. But one day I will return, and I'll be looking forward to playing with, you know, friends and people again. What a lovely community, and I wish them all the best. And I hope that their game continues to get better in the ways that they wish that it will. Love that community. Super, super cool. Next on the list, let's go to... Let's talk about Magic. Let's talk about Magic the Gathering. So for those of you that have been around a while, you know that I have a pretty heavy background in trading card games. And one of the trading card games that I've spent the most money and time in getting good at was Magic the Gathering. I have long since stopped playing the game, and that is mostly because of Wizards of the Coast and their business decisions. I don't support them or the way they do things. I'm not going to get into that right now. But as far as the community goes, it's hard to rank this for me because a lot of my time in this game was spent playing with friends around a kitchen counter, and the rest of it was spent in tournaments. So if I were to rank this based on my friends, it'd obviously be in go-to community. But I don't think that's a fair assessment of the game. And honestly, the memes are ass. The rest of it's ass. And I think it really needs to go down here. The amount of bitching I've had to listen to playing this game was insufferable. It was... I don't think I've ever gone to a tournament and seen a happy person. I just don't. I don't know. Usually you got people that are doing something out of love of a game and they just fucking were not. Yes, we're not happy. Not happy. I mean, the amount of times I saw somebody actually throw a deck, not in a deck box, but the whole fucking deck and have to get walked out, was enough that I can count it on one hand, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it's happened that many times. And it probably, like, it shouldn't have happened that many times. So there's like that. And then, I hate to be this person, but the TOs, the tournament organizers, and the judges for Magic the Gathering are the most insufferable pieces of shit I've ever met. There's one that I think was kind of nice, like as an individual, but my experience with the judges that have been at the tournaments I've been at they're kind of fucking cocksuckers. I placed second at a tournament once, and my prize, they didn't give it to me. They gave me prize for 5th place. And I placed first at that same place again, and they gave me the prize for 3rd place. And I was just kind of like, and I pointed it out, and they're like, "You know, we got." I'm like, why don't you go fuck yourself? Why am I paying you an entry fee if you're not going to deliver on your part of the thing? So there's a lot there. I don't like the Magic community as a whole. And I've noticed that people that play Magic regularly are less happy than ones that play other card games. So let that be what it is, I suppose. Whew. Okay, I got that out of my system. Darktide. Let's talk about the Warhammer 40k horde mode games. I feel like nobody fucking knows about them. People play them, but people just don't fucking know these games, and I don't know why. It's very, very strange. I don't understand it. Like, Darktide and Vermintide are both very fun games, and I've talked about them with people. I'm like, hey, you want to play some of this with me? And they're like, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, how? But they know what Helldivers 2 is. I'm like, what? What the fuck do you mean? Like, genuinely, it's a good game. It's a really good game. And people are just like, blank stare, dial up fucking ringtone, looking at me like I'm not even there. And I'm like, you know what? It's okay. You go back to playing with your keys and your Fortnites and your Valorcants. It's fine. You know, do what makes you happy. But it would be nice if somebody would play these fucking games with me. I mean, Moose, one of my best friends ever, could probably play the fucking game with me, but we work opposite schedules. And when I stream and could play it with him, he's sleeping. So there's like that. So that sucks. Whew. Let's talk Pal World. Pal World's a good pick. So I think Pal World could go in a few different places. But I've had nothing but positive experiences with this community. This shit was so fucking, like, honestly, every time I see a post from Pal World, it's pretty, I gotta put it down here. It's not coded. I lied. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. The only thing that's holding it back is the amount of gooning. That's it. If there was less gooning in this game, we'd be chilling. We'd be chilling. This community is super solid. I think that it's really funny. It's really funny how Pal World will clown on Pal World enjoyers, will clown on Pokemon White Knights and Defenders. I think that's fucking hilarious. Love that for them and for me. It's great. I love their sense of humor and their ability to just let the, oh, you're copying, just roll right off of them. I think that's a really good trait to have. I think it's really, really funny that they look at animal slavery and cruelty and they're just like, yeah, but it's a video game. And they just move on with their lives. Like, well-adjusted individuals. It's like they look at a video game like Mortal Kombat, right? And they're just like, yeah, but it's not real. And they do the same thing with Pal World. And I'm like, you're a real person. You're not a bot on the internet. I like you. That's smart. And I'm down with that shit. I'm super down with that shit. I'm fucking with Pal World players because they fucking with me. Wait, not quite, but similar idea. So yeah, I think they're mostly great. I think the gooning should probably be tuned down a bit though. Let's talk about, can't do that yet. Can't do that yet. Originally, I had Grand Blue broken up into two categories. I had it in the fighting game and then I had it in Relink. But honestly, I'm torn. I don't know where the fuck to put this because there's been some real complaining about the fighting game Versus and Versus Rising. But I think overall, I think the community is very, very sweet. I think I met some of the nicest people, some of the best meme makers from the Grand Blue Fantasy community. And that goes for all the games, not just Rising. And I can't think of a time where I've been like, I really like this game. I really like the aesthetic, the characters, the vibe, all these things. But for some reason, I just can't stick with these games. And I've stuck with the community so fucking hard because I just fuck with them that heavy. Does that make sense? Are there some fucking weirdos? Are there some fucking problematic people? Yeah. I don't even want to get started talking about the Cagliostro discords, okay? And some of the other stuff like that. Them motherfuckers are the only reason why this shit isn't in goated community. And the ragers. But for the most part, you Grand Blue players, I want you to know you're on my nice list. If I ever see you in my Discord, just know it's hugs. Just know it's hugs. I know you're chill. I know you're super chill. Okay. Let's talk about Smite. How many hours have I played this game? Yes. Yes, I have played the game. I want to put this higher, but I can't. It's a solid mix of good vibes and stinkers. The amount of times I don't know what I'm going to be dealing with because I just boot into a lobby and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Why are these people screeching at each other over something so fucking stupid? And it's always the dumbest shit. It's always the dumbest shit. Like, somebody took the fucking minion kills. Oh no. And there's fucking mage is yelling at this archer for taking the minion kills, but the mage was over fucking off doing something else, and the minions would have gotten to the objective, and the mage is now mad. Like, bro, it's not that deep. Or, you know, you get into the game and everybody's using their voice lines correctly and being cutie patooties about it, and it's a great time. So you never know what you're banging into. Also, DJ Trues, thank you so much for the raid. Hi, everybody. I'm not going to hit you with the stereotypical VTuber intro. That's apparently been my intro now for the last fucking week, and I don't know why. But welcome to the stream. Hopefully you find something you like here. Oh my god. Can I spell hello? Okay, the channel you're shouting out does not exist. That's because I'm a clown. But yeah, right now we're doing a fucking tier list of communities. Specifically communities that I've interacted with and my experience with them. It goes well. Thank you. Hope your Digimon World stream was Digimon DS. Sorry. Was it Dusk? I can't remember. Whichever of the DS ones, I hope it was good. The rest of it was good. But yeah, so Smite just earns its spot in a solid mix of good vibes and stinkers. I think that it could be worse and it definitely could be better. I've been putting some of these off. Good progress is good for me. All right, let's talk about Deadlock. Now, keep in mind, Deadlock hasn't been out very long. And there hasn't been a lot of people, you know, necessarily going too crazy yet about it. But it's definitely got its following. It's doing its thing. I think that it's been more chill than anything, but definitely more negativity in this game than positivity, which is why it earns a spot and a few diamonds in the rough. Content-wise, I feel like content creators were pretty positive up front, but some of the stuff I've seen more recently, I'm kind of like, A, this shit's kind of ass, and then B, I was like, I don't know. The memes are kind of rough. The community members, when you're actually playing the game, it's like there's league players playing this game. It's like very targeted hate and harassment, and it's just not a good time. Obnoxious pings. Thank you for the lurk. It's just not great. It's not great, but the game itself is fine. The community's just kind of, you know, meh. Just kind of meh. I don't want to talk about Siege yet. I'm not ready. I'm not fucking ready. Let's talk about Arcana Heart. In fact, this is like Arcana Heart. This is Million Blood. This is all those kinds of games. This kind of goes in that, oh my God, you actually enjoy this? Now we have 3 fans. It's so fun. The community is very welcoming. They're a good time. If this game was super popular though, I'd have to put it in a solid mix of good vibes and stinkers. I think the fan art I've seen out of this is good. I think most of the community are very nice and helpful, just a good time, a lovely time. But then there's some of the supercharged Bane's Venom weirdos. Like they're just roided out, strange balls of whack, and I don't understand it. I don't know if it's because some of the graphics are a bit more Lolita or what it is, but some of these players, man, I'm genuinely concerned for their well-being and the people around them. It's not most of them, but it's enough to make me like, if this game was popular, it'd have to be going down a few tiers. That's for sure. Okay, let's talk Pokemon Showdown. You guys are fucking crazy. I think for every one good interaction I have, I'll type good luck, have fun, and I'll get, it's like a fucking gotcha poll. It'll be like, kill yourself, slur. Go fuck yourself. I hope you die in fire. Oh, of course you have that Pokemon. You're gonna be carried. Like, the fucking community of Pokemon Showdown is so hit or miss. It's unreal. And what I mean by that is it's not actually a mix. It's like one good interaction equates to 500 bad interactions. It is terrible. People are genuinely angry all the time. They complain about like, it's not fun. It's not fun. It's not fun. I think it's fun. I think being able to play a monster game, just booting in and doing a battle against somebody with teams that you built yourself or that are randomly built is just like a good idea, and Digimon should do it, but fucking cowards. And with the way they do stats, it's gonna be hard anyways. So whatever, good times. Yeah, unfortunately the community exists the way that it does. So let's move on from that. Next, I want to talk about MiHoYo games. I'm so sorry. You know I love HSR. You know I love HSR. You know, I truly enjoy the setting and the characters, and the only reason I stepped away from Honkai Star Rail is because I developed a legitimate spending problem and I had to step away from my financial and my family's financial well-being. That is the only reason I stopped playing this game. I'm back, I'm free to play. But community-wise, I am concerned. By and large, you guys go here. I don't know which one. I think you need to be in both. Yeah, I think you need to be in both. You guys are, and this is Genshin, this is Star Rail, Impact 3rd. There is a mix of fucking elitists who will shit on you and your character and your team just for being happy doing your own thing. There's that. There's like very clearly closet pedophiles that you're just like, bro, you're disgusting. There's openly racist people. There's people that'll just start drama for the sake of starting drama. There's somehow like fucking hardcore Nazi backing grifters that enjoy this game, which makes no sense to me. There's just a bunch of wild, not great personalities and types of people that are in this community, and it's sad. And then there's also a lot of children and adolescents that just don't know how to fucking interact with the public, and will one day realize when they go into the workforce and they get out from behind their screens that, wait a second, if I talk like this to people, I can get beat. Wait a second, maybe I shouldn't do this. I don't condone violence, but you could definitely tell some people have never gotten punched in the mouth for acting a fool in their life. And as somebody who used to have to fight against their will, it's not fun. So stop being a dick. Some of you people need control. And yeah, you guys, this community is, whew, yikes. Firefly mains are actual victims of people being elitist towards a character. I'm not even going to say which character is my main because I don't want to hear it. So yeah, no, GG's to MiHoYo players. Your games are, I like your games for the most part. I just think y'all are problematic. I just realized this tier list is going to make for a terrible video because it's going to be people yelling at me in the comments. That's unfortunate. Anywho, unlucky. Go next. Hold that shit. Let's talk Monster Hunter. You know, this, in my experience, has been mostly helpful. Y'all have been pretty great to me. Something about the Monster Hunter community has just been really a bunch of sweethearts. There's been occasional times where I've seen a Twitter post or a Reddit post, not willingly, where someone's complaining about somebody's rotations for DPS or, you know, where they stand or whatever. And they're not just complaining, right? There's a difference between being like, man, I wish more people knew about this, and being like, these fucking bozos, what do? Rip the bong before they boot up the game. They don't know shit. They use this fucking gear at the start of the game, so they don't know how to deal with this stuff, etc., etc. And it's been pretty far and few between. So I'm going to give the community a pass. But overall, I think people are just happy that you're there. They're just like, yeah, man, let's go carve up some monsters. Like, I can't wait to play more of this bitch. Does Iceborne suck? Yeah, I fucking hate Iceborne so far. I think Iceborne is a plague on the game, just like Magnazor. Can't remember his name. Magnazoros is. Fuck both of those. But yeah, I'm enjoying the game. I'm enjoying the community, and I think the community itself has been down for whatever, and I'm down with that. Metroidvanias. I kind of lumped all Metroidvanias into the same thing because I feel like there's a lot of cross-pollination. And when I say Metroidvanias, I'm also including like roguelites in this. I know that's kind of a cop-out, but y'all are just fucking goated. Like, what? It's so weird because, like, especially roguelites, there's like this certain level of Soulsborne pride that you can have, right? Because you could be like, oh, I beat it in this many runs, or I did it this way with this shit build that I got, or whatever, right? But people are so fucking chill and so excited to see new builds or new routes for Metroidvania. Some of my favorite speedrunning people that I've watched speedrun shit like Bloodstained or Metroid. I don't even fucking like Metroid. I don't really like Metroidvanias a whole lot because the whole like going back and forth thing just because of an upgrade, nah, I don't know. I'll play them, but I don't know. It's too much platforming for me. I think that's part of it. But anywho, the community as a whole, their memes are great, their mods are great, their fucking their attitude towards each other and the games is just like wholesome. It is very village-like, if that makes sense. Like, they are willing to not only lend you a hand, but they're willing to just like see you through the journey. You know, they just want you to have a good time. And I think that that's kind of the core of gaming, is like, are we having fun? Yes. Perfect. We're doing this shit right. No? Well, then maybe you should do something else with this or something else entirely so you can have fun. And I feel like these guys really fit that mold. Waka, honestly, Waka's just the GOAT. it's just Prince Waka, man. Waka's just the GOAT. But yeah, Metroidvanias, 100% goated community. I think y'all, bunch of sweethearts, hearts of gold, deserve the world. And I hope that you get do I dare say it? Do I dare talk about Silk Song around here? Is this a mistake? Boo! Throw some rocks in my house. Like, whatever. It is what it is. Okay. Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. Honestly, I had nothing but a good time with the Master Duel community. There was like a few instances where I was like, man, I don't know. But for the most part, if somebody was like clearly fucked in game, they didn't timer stall me, right? They'd either let me do my thing, they'd let me play out my combo, or they'd forfeit. And we just go next. And then like people in chat were helpful in like making changes or additions to my Dragon Maid deck. I think the memes around Master Duel can be kind of funny. Like, for the most part, I don't have any complaints about the Master Duel community. I think most of them are well-adjusted individuals who have to work and like do things with life and interact with people. And they're just like, man, I'm just trying to relax and sling some digital cards around here. And that's all right. That's cool. I'm glad you got your fucking Blue Eyes deck. Do you see chat in Master Duel? So my bad. When I'm talking about this chat, I mean like stream chat in general. yeah, but it's just been yeah, it's been overall a good time. I don't stream Master Duel anymore. It was a fun arc while we had it. I just don't make time for it. And now the DCGO is out, which is our next one, I don't have a reason. Oh no, Master Duel does not have a text chat. I'm sure it'd be way more toxic if it did. So I want to talk about DCGO, but also the Digimon paper card game. I think this community is crazy good. Is it a cop-out? No. No. I've gone to multiple tournaments for the Digimon card game, and I watched quite a bit of Digimon card game content, not as much as I used to. I play it pretty frequently. It's one of the few games I can play when I'm holding my daughter, so I'll do that when I can. And you know, the community itself is just really sweet. Much like Shadowverse, you know, we'd exchange bulk and trades and help each other finish out decks that they wanted to try, local-ish areas. And, you know, we really fought to keep product in the store. It didn't work out, but, you know, we tried. And then just online, everybody, you know, they have their great conversations about decks and they share deck lists, deck ideas. And I think it's just the sense of camaraderie for the Digimon card game is really, really high. And I don't know if that's partially because of how Bandai tries to like mutilate its own card games by having so many fucking IP based card games or what, but Digimon players are just happy that there's more Digimon players and they work really, really hard to keep the community where it is. And while there's some content creators that I don't enjoy their content and the way they present their content, I'm very grateful that they work hard to make the content that they do, and they clearly put a lot of work in it. So super, super cool community. I'm glad they do what they do. Don't have any issues with smells or aggressive players. We have a few people that are, you know, whatever, but that is like very much a local thing. So 10 out of 10. Love the community. It is what it is. Yeah, we lost our stock at our store. All right. Let's talk Eternal Return. So Eternal Return was going to go in goated community, but I feel like not enough people know what it is or play it. And now that Supervive is out, I've had people comparing Eternal Return to Supervive and calling it a copycat. And I've had other people compare Eternal Return to Supervive and say, well, it's got crafting mechanics, so it's just worse. And it feels bad, man. Eternal Return, I love the aesthetic. I really like the characters. I like the cosmetics. I just like the game a lot. I like the community. I think the memes, the fan art, I think the content that content creators make for it, all in all, is like really good. I think it's just solid. I think the discussions around the game are good. Nothing like toxic or negative. Like I haven't seen any problems with it. But yeah, unfortunately, it's just dry. It's dry conversation wise, and it's really, really unfortunate. I love this game. I really like the community, but wasn't doing great, and now with Supervive out, I'm even more worried for its future. So feels bad. Maybe in the future. I don't know. And I know for a fact, we've had this conversation with chat before about, you know, games we'd like to see more of and games we'd like to see less of, and Eternal Return was most requested to see less of, which is like crazy to me because I have a lot of fun playing this game, which proves, in my opinion, at least within my community, that it isn't always the case where streamer is entertaining and having more fun where the streams are better. Sometimes the actual background stuff needs to be good and or engaging too. And this just wasn't for a viewer, which makes me wonder how people get so sucked in with the League, because it's a very similar camera angle, but that's a whole different discussion. So next up, let's talk about Uni. Unist, baby. Under Naito. What the fuck are y'all doing? You guys are awesome. Awesome. Much like Melty Blood, I probably could have put you two in the same one. Much like Melty Blood, Unist fans are out here doing their best to get people to play their game. They're spreading the good word. They're talking about this shit. They're happy to play the game. They're putting memes out there. They're making funny fucking videos. Out of all the fighting game content I've seen that's like strictly just the fighting game, right? And it's not like tutorials and stuff. Melty Blood and Unist has the best fighting game highlights and clips I've ever seen. And it's not because of combos. It's specifically because of the editing style and the energy that people put into it. So I just overall, I have to give them a goated community rating. There's in no way, shape, or form would I ever go to Uni and feel anxious about playing the game. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. Love me some Uni. Uni community. Okay. We're getting down to the nuts and bolts here. Let's do it. Rainbow Six Siege. Outside of playing collabs and playing with like, you know, Nin and friends and stuff, what the fuck is this community? Actually, I was gonna put this and so do you actually like the game but there's definitely people that like this game. But holy fuck, I don't think I've played a game where, other than Call of Duty, where I've so consistently just gotten mad the second I load into a match. Or even before I load into a match, sometimes it's on a loading screen and I'm reading the fucking comments they're putting in the in-game chat. And I'm just like, out of all the games I played, all the content I made, all the videos I've ever done, all the streams I've ever done, I've gotten the most negative comments. And I don't mean like, hey man, you're kind of bad at this game. I don't mean that kind of stuff. I don't mean like, hey man, you fucking suck at this game. Aim better. Do this better. Not even that. I mean straight hateful, targeted harassment. This game has brought on the most. Every single platform. Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, you name it. Siege just had the most. What up, VDMon? Thank you for swinging by. I gotta ask, are you a Digimon fan? If you are, oh my god. We got more Digimon fans. Life is good. Let's go. Thank you for the raid. To those of you that have swung by, we're doing a tier list on my experience with the communities that I've interacted with. Thank you for swinging by. I hope you enjoy your stay. But yeah, no, Siege as a whole has been incredibly toxic and filthy. The only times I truly come out the other end of a Siege stream or gameplay is when I'm playing with a friend and I don't look at the in-game chat at all and I mute all of the mics. Other than that, it's just rage, it's racism, it's slurs, it's just like, it's a bad time. It's a fucking bad time. And yeah, I just don't like that energy, so it's a big part of the reason I stopped playing the game regularly, because I get tired of it, man. Doesn't matter how good the game is, I can't hold on to that shit forever. Let's talk trails. All right. So as a joke, I was gonna put trails in. Oh my god, you actually enjoy this? Now we have 3 fans. But then I was like, nah, this has to go in goated community. But now I also kind of feel like it has to go in, oh my god, you enjoy this? We have 3 fans. No, but I do see more on trails than I do on other things. I think this community is lovely. I think they put out some of the best quality fan art that I've seen. I think the amount of times I've streamed this game and people in Twitch chat or YouTube chat have been like, yo, I'm so happy you're playing this. Wait until, you know, the future when you get to another point. You're going to really appreciate this moment, right? And nobody spoiled anything for me. Everybody's just allowed me to enjoy myself and enjoy the moment with me and laugh along with me at Estelle's silliness, or they'll point out something, or when I have a question, they'll help me. It's been phenomenal. And when I say everybody, it's been a select few of you, obviously, but it's always appreciated. And I think like the Blue Sky and Twitter environment for Trials is lovely. It is lovely. It is so nice to be able to just type in Trials in the Sky or Estelle Trials or whatever, and then just see art, right? Or just see like memes. It's so fucking nice. I don't have to wade through a bunch of complaining and bullshit. I think the universal pop-off on Twitter when the re-release was announced, the re-release trailer for Trials in the Sky was announced, remake, my bad. That pop-off I saw was magical. Because not only did I feel it and I got to be a part of that, but watching people come out of the woodworks and be so hype about that and being like, oh my God, yes, felt amazing. And I just think the community as a whole deserves more fans, it deserves better, and just more good shit from an IP they love. So double, triple, quadruple thumbs up for real, for real. Personally, once you go to the Falco Discord Reddit, it goes to down to cesspool where you like, you even like this game cooter levels, but it balances out. Well, sorry, since you're so deep in the minutia, I guess that makes sense. I'm not quite there. I'm just from my experience. It's pretty good. Where do I buy my Digimon cards from now? That's the neat part. I don't. I play DCGO, but when I do buy my cards, I buy them from the internet or Discord. Like internet stores or Discord. Okay, let's talk Strinova. Before I play Strinova, I'm just gonna let it sit here for a second. Before I play Strinova, I need to preface this with saying, yes, I'm a Strinova glazer. Yes, I've been dick riding this game for years since before it came out. Yes, I love this game. Yes, I enjoy it very, very much. So take what I say with a grain of salt. But I currently, I think this game is goated community. I think the game is currently at a point where it's popular enough, but still niche enough that it hasn't quite attracted a lot of those bandwagoning pieces of shit that like to go around and bring their negative energy to popular games, and their communities that reciprocate that behavior. Have we gotten, like XQC? Sure. Have we gotten some other people? Yeah. But like, it's still in a good place, I think. And I really, really enjoy the community support and events that's been going on in the Discord and the Twitter. The fucking, the fan art is lacking. I need the artists to fucking get on top of that shit ASAP. Sooner the better. But yeah, I think all in all, it's in a really good spot right now, and I'm hoping it can only go up and it can only get better. I don't have high hopes for that. I think it's probably going to go down on the tier list over time. This is me reading the future. Most competitive games, especially shooters, as they grow in popularity or settle in, usually that positivity wears off. We're still kind of in the honeymoon phase, but we'll see. We'll see. You think Strinova's going through some growing pains? It's growing at the moment since the split of Global and CN. Yeah, it'll be fine though. It'll be fine though. Once they work out their region lock stuff and whatnot, it'll be okay. Okay, chat. I've been saving it for last. This is Guilty Gear. More specifically, Guilty Gear Strive. Treat this as Guilty Gear as a whole, I guess. As you guys know, most of my stream time and a lot of who I am and a lot of you who are here because of Guilty Gear and the time I spent with Guilty Gear Strive as basically my solo stream thing, right? This is all I did. I was a Strive streamer. I learned fighting games through Strive and got to basically where I am because of Strive. Don't play like I used to, but I love this game. So I follow way more content creators that revolve around Strive than probably any other singular game still to this day. I interact with more art with Strive than probably anything else to this day. I would say I'm pretty deep in the community. I'm not well known in the community, but I'm definitely there. I'm there with Strive, and I think I've been very fortunate that I've been able to block out a lot of the white noise that the community has to offer with this game. But unfortunately, I have to put Strive down here or here. So do you actually like this game or cesspool of ignorance and malice and fools? On a whole, if it wasn't for the memes and the art and some of the people that I follow closely that I or am either mutual with, or I think I just have like, you know, a good outlook on life and the game as a whole, I still see all these other assholes, even if I try to, you know, not pay attention to them or interact with them. I don't really get a choice. And it's sad to see what is essentially my favorite game be surrounded by a community that is unable to vocalize their feelings without being antagonistic or hostile. It's unfortunate that they are openly just kind of jackasses. That sucks, you know? And if you aren't a top placer in a tournament, I guess even if you are, anything you say or do is wrong. It's fucking wrong. And the players will tell you all the time. I will never forget this. I made a video about Kai Kiske, where I did have a piece of misinformation that I corrected in the comments afterwards. That was on me. I didn't double check, and I knew better, but kind of forgot in the moment because I was super excited. And I remember a flood of the comments were just them pointing out the same thing. And then somebody in a Discord I wasn't a part of, was just kind of like, this is pointless. It loses to 6p. And I sat there for, I think, like a minute and 30 seconds. And I was like, you play fighting games. There's always options that lose to other options. I made it pretty clear this is a mental stack thing. Are you mentally fucking damaged? And it was very, very difficult for me to like separate my pride from the pride of other players, because so many people will, specifically in Guilty Gear Strive, so many people, when you're trying to show off something that could be useful, will be like, well, it's not usable in this way, therefore it's not valid. Like, I know people in real life where you'll propose a solution to something and they'll be like, well, these 17 reasons are the reasons I can't do that. And you'll thwart those 17 reasons and they'll still find more. And it's like, all right, so you just want to be negative. It's fine. And that's like the Strive community in a nutshell. And it's really fucking sad. And there's been times where I posted information or showed stuff or did something that was just like factually true with no issues, and I got the same response. So as a whole, the Strive community is, y'all honestly kind of just, you're just kind of whack. You're just kind of whack. You will sit there and complain about being stuck at floor 9, complain about being stuck in low celestial, complain about going 0-2 a bracket every fucking day of your life. But the second that, hey, maybe you should lab this interaction is brought up, you get defensive. Or, hey, here's a solution, you get defensive. And then you take everything as an attack on you as a player and you and your pride. And it's just, wow. Like, are we all really this immature? The amount of people in the Strive community that remind me of upper management suits that cannot deal with criticism, cannot deal with alternative ways to do things, is kind of pathetic. And I would actually treat it as a microcosm of corporate America, honestly. And you guys know how I feel about corporate America. So yeah, no, Guilty Gear Strive community, as much as I love the game, as much as I love what it once was to me, it's not for me. I've been very fortunate that my Discord and my bubble that I've created for Guilty Gear Strive and fighting games has been overwhelmingly positive, because I will not put up with that shit in my own fucking community. I have no problem clicking a timeout or a ban button. I don't want to, but I have no problem doing it, because my mental sanity and my community's mental sanity isn't worth it. And for a while there, when I was doing this tier list, let's change gears. While I was doing this tier list, I was thinking, damn, I've been pretty negative. I had some strong words to say. Well, let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at the overall shape. I think we've got mostly an F here, right? A nice big solid top, and then it kind of cones off down low. Okay, this is mostly positive. Most of the communities I've interacted with are great or a mix. And then there's like a select few that are just, you know what I mean? Or worse. So this is our final. This is our final. If I had to order my top 3 goated communities, I don't think I could. It'd be extremely difficult. I'd probably have to put Final Fantasy 14 at number 1 because that whole game for me lived by the community. Truly loved the community. I don't think there's any other way to put that. I think number 2 goes to the Digimon community, and then I know this is cheating, but I think the Melty Blood, White Moon, and Uni French bread games, I think they get slot 3. Genuinely. All of these in Goated are great, but I think these top 3 especially are really like the pinnacle communities for me. You know what? Bam. Oh, my bad. Let's give them their own pinnacle. Let's give them their own thing. They deserve it. Let's give them their own thing. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. That's it. That's it. I'm really, really grateful to the majority of these communities for being as awesome as you are and either providing insight or just being there along for the ride or making good memes, good content, whatever it is. And for those of you that maybe feel targeted because you're in a lesser community on my list, it's just my list. It's my experience. You know, people could feel negatively about ones on the top of my list too. So don't take it personally. If you are taking it personally, maybe you need to look within and think, am I one of those people that was brought up during this discussion? Because chances are, if you're hitting the, well, not all guys argument on me, then maybe you're part of the problem. That's all I'm going to say. Other than that, though, yeah, I think people should play games that they love. And I think they should interact with communities that they enjoy. I don't think you should spend time doing things that make you angry. I don't think you should spend time interacting with people that make you angry. I think it is more healthy and a well-adjusted thing to do to play the things you like and interact with the people you like. And I think more people should do that. Don't just play a game with somebody because they're willing to play it with you. Know your self-worth. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, that's it for this tier list. Thank you all for watching, and see you in the next one. You don't get a Nya though. Fuck you.